Hi everyone, welcome to the presentation today. We are talking about chickens. So I did want to say this presentation is being recorded. We generally do record, but I wanted that just 100%. Um, uh, I just wanted to inform you of that right away. So we are going to go ahead and jump in. Normally I do like to wait a little bit just to see if folks do come in, but I'm going to start, and then if people come in late, that's okay. This is just a super basic presentation on chickens, super basic, kind of fun. So let's get started. Chickens. All right, chickens are omnivores. Oh, looks like my security program popped up for a second. Apologies. They're omnivores. They eat seeds, insects, and small vertebrates. And they may ingest small pebbles to aid in the digestion process. You can actually buy it. It's grit. You can get it from a store, but they can find it just naturally in the earth also. They have babies that incubate in their eggs for about 21 days, so that is pretty standard for a chicken. The chicks imprint on their mothers and follow them around for weeks at birth. Chickens live from 5 to 10 years. They generally live in a community of birds called a flock. Through conflicts, a sort of hierarchy may be established in any chicken flock, and that is called a pecking order. You can sometimes you will hear that phrase used in other ways, like outside of the context of chickens, the pecking order. And it does actually have origins with chickens and chicken communities. There are many different species, including the favored bantam breeds, which include silkies. They can be found around the world. Chickens can be found all around the world. If you just do a quick Google search, they've got, Asian chickens. And they look slightly different from American chickens, Indian chickens, African chickens. So they are a food group and they do provide for people globally. So that's kind of interesting to see. Bantam breeds like Silkies, you don't see for foodstuffs as often per se. They're not raised for foodstuffs per se. They're smaller, but there are all sorts of different breeds with all sorts of different feather structures, very unique, different coloring. So definitely check that out online. Chickens may have combs or wattles, which are red fleshy growths on their heads and under their beaks. You might associate them with roosters. If you were to see a rooster, like the dangly bits. These are actually more common in males. Chicken bodies they can be a bit large for sustained flights, a little bit heavy, so they may only be able to fly short distances versus longer distances. And that, of course, can vary a little bit depending upon the breed of bird, things like that. But traditionally, our chickens that we farm in the United States don't really fly that much. They are raised for meat and eggs traditionally. Chickens raised for meat may be called broilers, and chickens raised for egg production may be called layers. Layers no longer laying may be sold for meat, and those are called soup hens. Chickens can also be pets or show animals, especially unique breeds, which promote biodiversity and interesting scientific opportunities. If you go to like the state fair, if you go to events put on by um, different farming organizations through the school systems, things like that. You will see a number of different chickens, show chickens that are bred specifically for to show in these arenas. And it can be pretty prestigious. It can be pretty cool. You can get ribbons, trophies, things like that, like through the state fair. So very interesting. It is believed that relatives of the modern chicken date back to the era of dinosaurs. So that's pretty cool. These are my resources, Google AI and Wikipedia. Kept it kind of low key. Again, this is just a basic presentation. Are there any questions?